Good grief. It's a new day and there's new opportunity, but this sucks. It hurts, y'all. When you have experienced a loss, you have been punched by the blow of life. It's as if you're in the boxing ring and you've been hit by Mike Tyson or Floyd Mayweather and you're down on the ground. You hear the encouragement of the people, get up, get up, get up. And you try, you push, you grab for some rope, and you might fall back down. Then you hear the ref counting 1, 2, 3. Everything is blurry. You don't know where you are. You cannot recognize everything that's going on in life. You are trying to grasp hold of something familiar. You're trying to grasp hold of any strength from anywhere. But y'all, I can guarantee you this. When you're in that ring with grief, there are counterpunches that you can make to successfully stand back up on your feet. Now, last week, I talked to you about Naomi. This week, I want to talk to you about Ruth, found in the Bible in the chapter Ruth. And in my fashion, I'm going to tell you the story my way, but feel free to go read it in entirety for yourself. It's a short chapter, so it shouldn't take you long at all. The reason I want to talk to you about Ruth is because she was in the boxing ring. She's a fighter, y'all. You know, Naomi, she was from Bethlehem. Her family, they left Bethlehem, her husband, her 2 sons, and they moved to Moab. Well, one of Naomi's sons marries Ruth. And if you recall, both of Naomi's sons end up dying. So that means Ruth was left a widow. And you know, the Bible really don't even really focus on that at all when it comes to Ruth. The real true mention of her is when she stands flat-footed and she tells Naomi, hey, I'm going with you, mother-in-law. I don't know your God, but your God is going to be my God. Your people are going to be my people. Where you die, I shall die. And she says, I'm going with you no matter what. Remember, I told you she was a ride or die. It takes a lot to leave what you know into the unknown. Sometimes your grief, it thrusts you into it. And I'm going to tell you all, lean forward into that. Don't try to stay back where you are, because there's so much promise in your forward. So here's Ruth with Naomi, and she travels to this land that she doesn't even know. She don't know their customs, their traditions, their God, their beliefs, nothing, y'all. But this girl, she steps up in there. Ruth, a Moabite. And not only does she just go to the land, but she takes action. She has some initiative. You know, there was no man to take care of Ruth and Naomi. Everyone had passed. It was just her and Naomi. And Ruth says, you know what? We got to eat. We need some money. We need a way of life. Let me go glean in the fields. And Naomi says, okay, Ruth, go ahead, have at it. Gleaning means that you go in the fields and pick up whatever has been left behind. So I'm going to stop right there for a minute. 1, Ruth took some initiative. She was going to work that thing out. And that's what you got to do when you're grieving, y'all. You got to take some initiative to work that thing out. When you see there's a need, you've got to fill it in a healthy way. 2, she was humble. She let go of ego. She didn't have any pride. And she went and said, you know what? Whatever I can get that's left, I'm going to take it and we're going to make a way of life. When you're grieving, this is not the time to be prideful. It is the time to humble yourself and accept the help that is around you. All of the resources that can nourish you and replenish you as a person. Take it from Ruth. So she keeps gleaning and she's in this field and it happens to belong to Boaz. She goes back and tells Naomi about it, and ultimately Naomi provides to her some wisdom. She tells her how to become more of a companion to Boaz. She tells her directly, go and pull the blanket back from his feet, lie at his feet, and let him make the next move. I'm going to stop at that point. You cannot seek wisdom from within you only. Sometimes we think, I'm okay, I'm good, I'm going to heal myself. Well, you're the one with the problem. You're the one with the loss. You're the one with the grief. You have to move forward and seek out some counseling. Whether that's from a pastor, whether that's from a therapist, you cannot be the person who gives the wisdom to you. It is best sought through the people who have been there, done that. And that is exactly what Ruth did. She went to an elder and she told her exactly what to do in the situation. Lo and behold, Boaz ends up asking Ruth to marry him. Now, she went onto the field as someone who was gleaning, someone who was poor, someone who was destitute, who was very humble, who didn't have an ego. And now she became the owner of the field. Because of her dedication, because of her hard work, because of her humility, she was granted into a promise. And not only that, she had a child. And that child was in the lineage for everyone's redemption, not just Naomi, but for me and you. So what am I saying to you? In this boxing ring with grief, when you get thrown a punch, take some initiative to move left or right. If you get knocked down, get back up and take on whatever is left over in your energy. Have at it. You cannot give up now, y'all. Good grief. It sucks. It hurts. But you're in the ring, baby. I need you to fight every single day. Your promise is waiting for you. I know you've lost a lot, but I guarantee you, one step forward will get you closer to your better. And as always, be present in your healing and keep the faith, y'all.